Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name's Tarun Shetty. This is my bedroom. Hey, before I get into this video, I just want to say that I'm not a job reference, right? I made another video about working at a talent agency mailroom, and hope you enjoy it, but I can't give you a resume to people. Like, it's not possible. And I'm just the guy on YouTube telling you my experience, so just keep that in mind. But I thought I would talk about my last job in the business. I was a digital manager and how I got to that position and what happened, because it was it's kind of crazy how it all happened and just my experience. Maybe this can help you in some way. But so I was an assistant at this agency called UTA. Then I was a TV coordinator at this management company. And then I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just gonna go back to being a comedian and just write, make my own content and stuff. And then, lo and behold, I got this call from this boutique management company, and they had some pretty name clients, like film and TV guys, like Tyrese Gibson, and a bunch of guys who had some huge followings on social media. Like, we're looking for a guy who can monetize, our clients. And I was my TV management job, TV coordinator. I was working with CeeLo Green and 50 Cent. So I had some name guys I worked with. And I just went in there. I was like, you know what, dude, just be honest. Like, there's this thing where people just put on this persona, like this business persona, where they just talk more than they can actually achieve. And I was like, who cares? Going for the interview, always go for the interview, and whatever happens, happens. And I was so honest. I was like, look, I know nothing about digital, right? Digital is a huge business, was booming. Everyone wants to get into something they don't understand. Like when digital was coming up, there was so many businesses coming up, like Awesomeness TV and blah, blah, blah. Like even today, right? Quibi's around, like Disney Plus. Like now they're figuring out how to monetize it, but back then, nobody knew anything. It was the Wild West. It still kind of is. And people were just looking for guys to just jump in head first. So I go in for this interview, and I'm so honest. I'm like, look, I don't know anything about this. I just work really hard, and I'll do my best. And they ended up hiring me. It was a base salary plus whatever commissions I get off the deals. And it was probably one of the best jobs I ever had. It was also the hardest job I ever had. And the reason why it was the best, because the guy who owned the company was just amazing dude. Just an amazing guy, still in the business. His name's Jerome Martin. Just an incredible person who gave me an opportunity, because I feel like in this business, people have to give you opportunities. They have to really take a chance on you and roll the dice. And, you can't, word of advice, a lot of people don't give a shit about you in Hollywood. They don't care. All they want is for you to do your job, and that's it. But other people will actually take chances on you, and they want to elevate you, and you got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. So I was brought into this management company, and I was given a small office and a phone, and they were like, just go, make money. And I knew nothing about digital. I knew nothing about how this business works. And that's how I approached it. I would just call up publicists, I would call up advertising agencies, I would call up anybody who could potentially hire my clients, and we could figure out something, And every day, 9 to 7, 9 to 7:30, I would stay even 9 to 8, 9 to 9 sometimes. I had to get in early because I had to call New York, make calls over there, and then I would just figure out how to go through all the New York companies, then I'll go through all the LA companies. And I remember being so jealous because my friends who were at UTA and these management companies, they worked at name blue chip companies where it was an incoming business. So they would just answer their phones and make deals. Me, I had to cold call through assistants, and there are so many different firewalls to get to the VPs and presidents. And then when I finally got them on the phone, they had no idea who I was. Thank God I had a few name clients to get me through some doors, but it was such a hustle to even do that. And in addition, a lot of the guys I repped, I was on the management side. You can have a manager and an agent. So they were repped at CAA, and CAA was doing the same job I was doing. So I was competing against CAA, which was just had all the resources in the world, and I had to outdo them, which I did. because every day I'd walk in and be like, all right, how can I think outside the box? I feel like anytime you're in the business, you have to be thinking constantly 3 steps ahead. How can you make money? Because everyone's thinking the same conventional way, and you've got to be, a groundbreaker. So I remember I was like, all right, everyone's going after the same clients. I was like, well, maybe if I could just figure out, I started like hitting up movie studios and like TV companies, like anything 6 degrees of separation, because the way brands and digital works is like authentic alignment, a lot of buzzwords. And you got to figure out how people authentically align with whoever's paying you money. So like Tyrese, for instance, I'd be like, yo, Paramount, you made a movie with James Wan. Tyrese worked with James Wan. There's a connection here. Or like, yo, Tyrese wanted to be a garbage man when he was growing up. How about Glad? I'd figure out these weird things, and then this pitch. Because when you get them on the phone, you only have like one shot, and you just, roll the dice. And it was great. I mean, I remember being under so much pressure because every Monday I'd have to like meet with my boss and, tell him what I did. And I have all these grids printed out, but really all that shit does not matter. The only thing that matters, like, people wearing their suits and ties, but it doesn't really matter. All that matters is can you deliver? Can you make money? That's really the most important thing. You either can, you can't. And a lot of people, if you're in the business, you're going to see they're just like retarded. Like they have no idea what they're doing. Like they can't talk on the phone. Yeah, they know how to get promoted to like these jobs, but there's a certain thing once you have that job, you have to have your own like entrepreneurial spirit where you can, think smart, you can talk articulately, and then, make the deal happen. It's huge. I remember being in like a lot of like, they were so great to me. They would like loop me in like these other meetings that I really wasn't involved in, like, reality TV shows. So I'd be going to like these production companies, meeting with like the heads of them, and just, it was great. I'd go to CAA like every 2 weeks to meet with like, the agency and be like, what are you guys doing? And then I'd sit in like a boardroom with like a bunch of agents, and it was just like, dude, we're on 2 different wavelengths, because I'm not telling you what I'm doing in my little office, and obviously I know what you guys are doing because I used to work in an agency. You guys are just waiting for the phone to ring. Nothing against CAA, by the way, but I'm just telling you what happened. Anyways, so the first couple months were really great. Made a bunch of money. A lot of it was my boss was so nice. Like he looped me into, he'd give me deals that were just brought to the agency, like how agencies work. A lot of the other ones I brought myself. I would cold call companies and make the deals happen. I would do the craziest stuff too. Like I remember like Tyrese was like really into watches. So I was like, oh, you know what? Hublot would be a great deal. And I tried to get like the head of Hublot. Hublot's like a watch company. So I tried to get like the head of Hublot on the phone, couldn't do it. So I found out they're having like a party at like Paramount or one of the studios. So I ended up crashing the studio, the party, and I just waited until I could get the guy one-on-one, and then I just pitched him. Like I went right up to him and I was like, yo, I got this client, da-da-da. I didn't get a deal, but I ended up getting like his, private email and like talking to him, and like they didn't have the money at the time, but like that was the stuff I had to do. I went to like some huge advertising agency conference where I knew all the heads from the different brands were going to be there, right? And I was like, well, I know nobody's going to be here from the agent side, so let me just go crash this event. And I think my boss paid, or he got me, and my boss got me into it somehow. And then I just went, and I had business cards, and I went through all the functions and like conferences, and just went up to people, like walked right up to people like cocktail parties, and be like, yo, hey, I represent so-and-so, he's got a great alignment with your brand. And I think I got a few deals off that actually. But this was the stuff I would do. Like that's the stuff I would think about. And again, a lot of it's having no fear. You can't have any fear to ask. It's a big lesson. Always ask. Which kind of contradicts what I said earlier about don't ask me to get you a job, but heck with that. You got to ask. My biggest problem was it wasn't enough money, because a lot of my clients were like movie stars and TV stars, so they wanted a certain amount. And there was only so much in digital. So like if there wasn't enough, then we couldn't do the deal, and it couldn't bring any money. So by the end of the year, I felt like I was like losing money. It was like felt like it was not, it was like a lose-lose thing. So it was almost like a mutual agreement that we just go our separate ways. But I learned so much in that year. Like I was in the door at every, I mean, I would call up like Electus, and I'd have a meeting with like the head of Electus, which is like a huge production company, or, you know, head of ABC Digital. Like I'd go to Burbank and meet with that. Like I got in so many different doors in that year just because of this one job. And it was just really me in an office with a phone and me just cold calling me like, yo, can you set up a meeting, a lunch? My name's Tarun Shetty. I would love to just meet you for like 5-10 minutes. A big inspiration for me was David Geffen. I read that he just was just a cold calling shark. And that's what I told myself. I was like, just put yourself, do your best, and whatever happens, happens. And some deals worked, some deals I got my ass kicked. In fact, my boss, great advice, he told me, because I used to call, like, my phone was on 7 days a week. I used to get my cell phone 7 days a week. I'd be like, you can call me 24/7, let's just make this deal happen. And it was effective. Then my boss, I was like just getting stressed out all the time, and like, you know, I didn't look good. My boss was like, dude, what are you doing? You don't have to have your phone on 7 days a week. Like, shut off your phone after 7 o'clock. You are not obliged to do these deals. Because these guys were in New York calling me at like, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was just like ridiculous. But I learned, again, so much, and it was such a valuable experience. So after that job, you know, I brought in some clients too. They gave me the leeway to bring in some of my own clients. And I had the idea, I was like, all right, maybe I'll just start my own agency. So I found some influencers, and they were just such a pain in the ass, honestly. Like, they were just like these 21-year-old girls who had like these huge followings, and I'd bring them deals, but like they were so annoying to work with. I remember I interviewed at Abrams agency like soon afterwards, and they were cool. And they asked me, they were like, all right, Tarun, put together like a proposal sheet. How are you gonna make money for our clients? And I went home and I started making like this grid of like all their clients and like potential brands, etc. And I got halfway through it and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I fucking hate this. I don't even want to do this. And I just deleted it. And I was like, I don't think I even like responded back, which was unprofessional on my part. But I was like, what am I going to tell him? I'm just going to do my comedy stuff. Sorry. Like, trust me, no answer is an answer. That's a lesson in showbiz. So I let it just dissipate. And I haven't been on that side of the business since. I have another story, which I'll tell maybe, where I met with CAA to be an agent there. But, and that was after this job. So I'll get into that some other time, but anyways, being a digital manager, management is it's a hustle. Like being an agent, you kind of, there's a separation between you and the client, but when you're a manager, like you are, you know, working with that client. I remember going to like movie premieres with my clients and just like, you know, every client I realized they want to make money, like they want to grow their business as much as possible. And I feel like if you're ever on the representation side, like if you genuinely care about your client, like they're gonna know. Because so many times, and I saw it like when I was an assistant or coordinator, like the clients can tell when you're like you're on the bottom of the list. They know that. But if you're actually dedicated to making the money, you know, they know that. But again, huge shout out to this guy named Jerome Martin. He's probably one of the best in the business, and you know, definitely one of my top 3 guys, just as people, because you want those guys in your life to give you opportunities. So look out for that wherever you are in your career. So hope that helps. Maybe not. But have a great week. Take care. Bye.